There is a tool that major companies will spend millions on developing because they know that if done right, the return on investment, not just as cash in their pocket, but in the time that they save, will be immense. Fortunately for us, the way that they build this tool is open and available for us all to look at for free. So in this video, I'm going to analyze some of the biggest players in the game and how they build this tool, take a look at some common tips and tricks that you can implement into your business as well. Now, I have spoken about the subject before, and the way I described it previously was basically that this will create for you an automated sales machine and will prevent you from having to pick up the phone and call people all the time and get caught in that soul-destroying cycle of just constantly chasing people and trying to get them to buy into your business. And what I'm talking about here specifically is landing pages. So we're going to look at some of the biggest companies in the world's landing pages. I'm also going to show you a little secret trick that you can use to really analyze the actual landing pages they're using and sending traffic to. And then I've also got a very interesting comparison with some sneaky insider information that I think will be very interesting to you. So you'll definitely want to stick around for that one. So first of all, and one that a lot of us have probably spent too much of our time and money on, Apple, multi-billion, trillion? dollar company, and a wide range of products as well. So you're probably not going to be selling as many products as these. I don't know, maybe you are. But it's interesting to look at their layout as well. And again, just some of the finer details, the bits and pieces that we can implement into our own landing pages. So first of all, the big thing that stands out for me here is just the simplicity of it. In fact, I can't really show it here, but when you open this page, you don't get any pop-ups. You don't get a sign up for email. You don't get a, here are the cookies. I know you might have done it. I didn't get one anyway. There's not 1,001 different things to look at. iPhone at the front, probably their most popular product. Scroll down, watch, scroll down, MacBook. It really is the little details as well. I've only just noticed, but this word, the colors are slowly scrolling. Oh my goodness. No, they're not. I've just completely made that up. Very clear direction as well. Learn more, shop. So they're assuming people probably know about Apple, right? Everyone knows who Apple are. They don't really need to go into too much detail on here. They're just showing you the products that you are most likely landing on their page for. If you want to have a look, you can. This is interesting, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Simple details, not spamming you with information, but if you want to learn more about that certain thing, you can open it up and look at more detail. Fun animations, always good way you can put them in tastefully, but again, not spamming us with a load of animations that just make looking at this website a headache. And then if we press shop, just takes you straight to a checkout basically. Got a bit of scrolling information up here. This is something interesting that I've noticed in a lot of these ones, which we'll get to in a minute, is the use of the announcement bar at the top. I guess just as like incentives, just to incentivize buyers to take action. So here we've got pay monthly, 0% APR. A lot of people probably can't buy an iPhone just straight out with cash. So one of the first things you see when you land on the checkout page is, by the way, you can spread it out interest-free. There's some other bits on here as well. Now until June, get extra trading credit. Again, incentivizing, creating a sense of urgency. And then a very clean, very nice checkout. Then here is a very key piece of information if you're doing this on your computer. If you're doing it on your phone, then it doesn't matter. But if you press inspect, so on Apple, I just right-clicked and then pressed inspect. There's probably a shortcut to do it as well. If you're doing this on a Windows computer, I can't help you, just Google it, I guess. But again, very much the same, very simple, very clean, slight changing of the images, which is doable, but slightly complex if you're building this out for yourself. But you're getting the same detail, you're getting the same look. So here, you know, they're spread. Here, you just get a big close-up of the watch. Whereas on mobile, they're kind of stacked, and here you get a couple of different views of the watch. But the information and everything, all very much the same. But it's clean, it works. Checkout page, clean again. Same pop-up bar at the top. Same layout and design, it's just mobilized. Right, I've spent like 10 minutes looking into this. I can't find it anywhere, but are Apple using Calendly? It says Calendly in the elements here. I'm not a master coder, but I thought it was interesting. Okay, I'm gonna jump over here. Next one to Gymshark. Again, another billion-dollar company. Now again, a lot of common things that we saw on Apple here. So very simple at the start. I think there was probably a pop-up when I loaded into this. You get a little one here, sign in to get exclusive awards. There is a cookies pop-up when you open it as well, but nothing too spammy. Very simple, shop women's, shop men's, a couple of options up here at the top, which obviously drop down into other things. And this is a key part, is understanding your audience and why they're gonna be landing on your website, what it is they're gonna be looking for, what you wanna direct them to. So gym wear, for men and for women, obviously very different. So straight off the bat, Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to women's or do you want to go to men's? Again, another little bit of understanding your audience here, which I didn't actually speak about in Apple, but it's a little thing. Let's be honest, it's always short season around here. A little bit of humor. The gym culture, the gym community will understand what that means. Just a little thing to earn yourself a little bit of favor when your audience lands on your website. Got this up here again, the use of the announcement bar, refer a friend, get money off. What was the other thing? Free standard delivery. And I think the other one was student discount as well. Again, understanding your audience. Students love the gym, so they know they're putting that in their announcement bar, they're speaking to the right audience, and they're going to be getting the attention of the people that they want looking at their website. Yeah, you got this bit here, a little bit of humor. Apple had it a bit as well, Thinstant Classic. Doesn't make sense, but it's a little bit quirky, it's a little bit funny. It works for their audience. But then again, understanding why people are going to be looking for your website. So again, you've got the division of men's and women's, but if you scroll down, they've identified that shorts in this season are probably going to be one of the most popular products. Getting into summer, yes, people are wearing in the gym, but more and more you'll see people wearing gym wear outside of the gym. So new season, new shorts. Bit of a tough 1.8 star rating there, but they're rocking it anyway. Scroll down again, what is popular? So again, what are people going to be looking at on the website? Probably the most popular items, right? So here we go. Interesting thing as well, most of the stuff you're looking at here, like when you start here, women's. So my guess would be that women are shopping more on Gymshark, or women shop more on Gymshark in this season. I don't know, but they're definitely particularly going for women here. And again, if we look at this on mobile, I mean, yeah, again, there, I've just loaded up the mobile version, and again, first thing you see, women. Obviously, it's going to be the same. Would encourage, take notes as we're going through this, by the way. I'll probably put like a summary at the end of the key things, the key findings, but I'm kind of just doing this as we go. That's the purpose of the video, is to work this out together. So you take your notes and I'll take mine. Okay, this one kind of has done my head in, but it's just a brand I've seen a lot, and so I wanted to take a look at it. Kind of regret it though, because this is sensory overload. Holy smokes. But again, is a great example of going after your audience. From what I've been able to tell in my own knowledge of this company, this is like a company for the girlies, right? Gen Z, millennial, whatever it is, younger girls. And so it's fun, it's quirky, it's poppy, it's sparkly, it's colorful. Even, you know, on this video here, you got the nails and the nails and nails again, woman, that's a man, I think. So again, very much understanding the audience, what works for them, and catering to that. Lots of emojis. This here is interesting. I looked into something before I started this video, and apparently having a video kind of as your banner can often work quite well as a conversion method. So they've got one here. I mentioned, I thought it was interesting on Apple, not directly on their landing page, but where was it? I think it was when you press learn more, you get this video animation of the iPhone. I think this is actually like one of their ads they run on TV and things like that. So the use of video as a header, almost as an automatic video when people land on your page, is a really good engagement thing to get people to stick around and take action. So I guess the thing with Poppy, and why this maybe isn't a great example, to be honest, but you're not likely going to be buying their stuff online, right? So you're just here to learn about them. You've got learn more. Can I click on this? No, like a lot of their stuff you can't even click on, right? You're just learning. But yeah, it's very, very overstimulating, but probably works for their market, to be honest. Again, if you look at it on mobile, it's adjusted properly, it's framed properly, the text works properly. It all sits nicely and flows the same as it did on the desktop. Much less of a headache as well, if I do say so myself. But what I've spoken about previously, and I wonder if this is probably what they've done, is catering your landing pages to mobile, because most of your audience, like 90% I would say at least of your audience, no matter what industry you're in, there probably are some exceptions, but very few, is gonna be mobile, right? So make sure your landing pages work for mobile. I'd say start building it on mobile and then cater it for desktop. Okay, next one, a little bit niche, but I've gone for Fender guitars. Now, first of all, pop-ups, I mean, to be fair, like it is what it is. You gotta do cookies and privacy, that's just the law. And then get 5% off, fine. But they don't harass you after that. Click no, it's fine, good. Now, again, in understanding your audience, why are people coming to Fender, right? Why are people clicking on their website? If you're a guitar head, you want a new guitar, because people who spend money on guitars just buying lots of guitars, from what I've ascertained anyway. So yes, you know, if you're really into guitars, it might be, oh, I want this vintage guitar from Japan, 1970 Fender, whatever. But gauging on what I see here, you know, the first tab is new and trending. The first thing here, new releases, new options on the taskbar up here, the announcements bar, sorry, new app. It's about the new stuff. People see there's something new and so they want to get their new guitar for their collection, right? New, loads of new stuff. Then of course you've got your trending and bestsellers, things like that. I feel like this is, like the text is a little bit small. Like there's space to make it bigger. I don't know, personally, they've probably spent a lot more money on this than I could charge, so I'll trust their guys. Again, if we look at it on mobile, pretty simple. How does that pop up again? Announcement bar at the top with, let's talk about any offers, free shipping, sale. Picture of this new thing that they're obviously promoting. This must be their hero product for the moment, their new exciting thing. Again, they've moved the text, so it's now at the bottom as opposed to on the photo. Works with mobile. Clear call to action, shop now, I want to look at that thing. This is fun if you're like selling products online, always having an add to cart button. It's just always there wherever you are. It's more web design than landing page, I guess. This is annoying. I prefer to have it at the pop-up. If it's come up once, don't show it again, but there we go. Cool. Right, I'll do one more of these and then we'll get into some of the other, probably more specific and helpful things. Ray-Ban. So again, use of video on the landing page here. It's interesting and engaging. Cookies pop up, fine. Not too invasive, that one's quite nice. Couple of buttons, again, this is clearly what they're pushing at the moment, the summer capsule collection, and give you an option to design your own, which is kind of fun. Put the sound on if you want, there isn't any. Announcement bar. This is fun. Why have I got a notification? It says at the bottom, JavaScript void, so clearly a button that actually isn't working. I was excited there, didn't know what it was gonna be. Similar again, video, couple of buttons, men and women, important division, knowing your audience. Knowing your audience of this video as well. You know, Ray-Ban kind of cool and very fashionable. So this video makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but I have no doubt that it works for their audience. So what do I know? Mobile. Oh, I can't be right. Oh my goodness, seriously. Okay, so the video has like changed slightly. Being on mobile, the buttons have moved down, but again, the same calls to action. Works well, flows well. Men and women, again, now on top of each other as opposed to side by side, is much more and better optimized for mobile. Oh, that's the message. A welcome reward. All right, that's an interesting way to do a pop-up actually. So you got this little notification here. Everyone loves a notification, right? Nobody wants to leave their notifications untouched. So you're gonna wanna click on that and then you get prompted to get a welcome reward and then put in your email. I quite like that. You get the pop-up, but it's like an invitation to the pop-up. It's not just thrown in your face. You could have that if you were, I don't know, a fitness consultant. You've got your website, your landing page, but you've got a similar thing, a little notification button in the top. If people click on that, then they get the pop-up of, oh, by the way, you can buy 8 weeks, get 2 weeks for free. If you submit your email here, I'll give you a special code, right? I like that, that's good. It's a consensual pop-up. Right, next up, obviously, I had to give some love to James Smith. It wouldn't be a Dan Nightingale video without a bit of James Smith brown nosing. So this is his landing page, again, and this will be much more interesting for you if you're selling like a service or mentorship or some sort of educational course or something. I think this is a really fantastic example. And some of the concepts of a landing page for this kind of business are different, but you will see some similar trends here to what we were talking about in some of the other bigger businesses. So first of all, use of video, automatic video, it's already playing. You do have to turn the sound on, but it's also got subtitles, so even if you haven't got sound on, you can see what he's talking about.
Other like-minded businesses.
There we go. Very clear from the top. What is it that you're buying into here, right? What is it that you are going to be interested in? Why are you on this website? Grow your business with systems and strategies. This is good. I like this at the top here. Join 7,000 other coaches. So sort of like a FOMO thing, but a trust building as well. Sense of community. Oh, I want to join. You know, you're joining these coaches. A sense of community is strong. People love a community. Tell me more. I actually don't like that. Oh, I don't know. Personally, tell me more. You're not telling me more. You're just taking me to where you want me to give me my money. I like the action. I just don't like the button. I think it should be join now. I haven't actually watched this video all the way through.
I'm going to teach you 3 pillars that I think are really important for you.
Because you get all the information. You don't really need to tell me more once I've watched this video. If I want you to tell me more, you do tell me more as I'm going through all this. Very good. But I feel like if you click this button, tell me more, take you to the info. Not here. You press join now, come to here, sure. But anyway, I'm nitpicking. But this structure of a landing page and kind of how it's built is much more what you will probably be doing in your own landing pages. Apple's landing page, Ray-Ban's landing page, we know those companies, okay? So there's not so much information they need to go to. If you're going to the Apple website, it's probably because you already know you want to go to Apple and buy one of their products. But for this sort of a landing page, this is a bit cheeky actually, and this has come from what I've been talking about, this little bonus tip to find landing pages that perhaps your competitors or other people in your industry are using. This is a landing page, and it's actually come from an email campaign, I think, but I'm pretty sure it's the same landing page that you would get if you clicked on one of James's ads. And those landing pages are very interesting because those are the ones that businesses are investing money to send people to. They're saying, we've spent money building this landing page, and now we want to spend money sending people there because we know that those two things as a combined investment will make us money. The way you can do this for yourself is go to the Meta Ads library, literally just Google it, and then I can search for James Smith. Or would it be business mentorship? Oh, here we go. So here we go, talking about join my business mentorship course today. And you can press learn more, and it will take you to the exact page that I've just been showing you. And now we know this is an active ad. We know that money is being put into this ad to send people to this landing page. So there we go. Whoever your competitors are, give that a whirl. Some very interesting things you can discover that are just out there and free for us to use. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. So lastly, I said I wanted to give you a little case study of some websites that I have some sneaky insider information in. These are two competing companies, SEMrush and SimilarWeb. You may have heard of these companies before. Basically, websites that will help you optimize your website, help you with things like SEO, review your traffic. I'm not here to sell these to you, but just as a bit of context as to what this is. Okay, so these are two direct competitors of each other, and I know that SEMrush's landing page is losing out to SimilarWeb's landing page. So this feeds directly into what I've been speaking about in understanding your audience and using that as you curate your landing pages. So both of these companies are mostly aiming for larger businesses, enterprises, but also really going for AI. You can see it on both websites, right? AI-powered digital data, AI-powered marketing. However, SEMrush previously have kind of gone for smaller businesses, consumers, lower ticket clients, I suppose you could say, but now want to go more towards servicing bigger clients. But their landing page is kind of a mishmash of, you can kind of see it's a little bit playful, got a cutesy little love heart there, marketer's heart, SEMrush. It probably is going for the smaller businesses, right? It's a little bit gamey, it's a little bit fun. Not that you can't be a big business and be gamey and fun, but I can tell you for a fact that this is still catering towards that smaller pool, as it were. Whereas this, it looks much more kind of sophisticated, clean, high-end. I think just like a darker base gives that a little bit. You think of a Maybach or a Rolls Royce, it's going to be black, right? So it seems more sleek. We've got these robots here, which isn't super sleek, I suppose, but it's AI, right? Loads of information on what it is they do, ultimate products to win your market. The language is just great. Figures here is really good. They had figures on here as well. And again, particularly when you're competing against other businesses or whatever, you have to show your figures and say, hey, like we've been able to do this. This is good. This is why you should trust us. It's great. So there's not much more I'll say on these. I like the language, I like the flow. Probably both built out well for mobile as well, I would imagine. Although for this kind of company, I would imagine they probably have more people coming from desktop, right? Because they're going for businesses who are probably researching these kind of things on their computers. So as I say, there are some exceptions. This is probably one of them. But even so, the mobile flow is still very good. It works. Call to actions at the start are good. Nice. So there you go. If I were to summarize, optimize for mobile, make it clean, know your audience and cater your design to that audience. Use of a video that automatically plays seems to be like a common trend. Everyone loves animations. Use of the announcement bar to create urgency and promote special things that are going on is a good move. Those are the key ones I can remember right now anyway. If there's anything I missed, obviously do put it in the comments and I can kind of pin ones that seem relevant and would be helpful to people. And if you want to look at and roast my own landing page, I've got one in the description, which will take you to a page that offers you 45 free tips to improve your business, career, or life in 45 days. You can check it out. You can subscribe to get those tips if you want or not, or just use it as another example of some of my ideas that I would implement into a landing page. Otherwise, YouTube is going to suggest to you here or here, still can't remember which side to point at, there will be a video that they think is the best for you to look at next on wherever it is you are in your business journey. So whatever it is, take a look at it. I'm sure the content is awesome. Yeah, I'll see you there.